is gorgeous. Okay, this is, I hate to say it, but it's way nicer than the Thousand Trails Park. Only because if you look, that little path going upwards there, my bus is parked 2 minutes away from there, meaning that to get down to this beautifulness, this lake, takes about 5-minute walk, not even. Like, I cannot believe this, and I think that the walk goes all the way around, if I'm not mistaken. I just have to find out. And I have my boys with me. There's Opie, and he is in training. Yep. There's Hachi, and there's a crow, and the other way I think there's a path as well. So we will just have to wait and see. So Opie's being trained for preliminary security. I'm putting him in like security obedience classes, and eventually he's going to do the competitions, agility, and all that stuff. Agility and obedience competition. But yeah, he loves it. He loves that stuff. Hachi will get there too. He's a little bit too young for me. I think these people are here on a permanent basis. It's reserved. Reserved for what? Such a small spot. But anyhow, guys, oh my gosh, somebody built a tiny house there. Oh, how adorable is that? Oh, I think he has a skyline on top of those heights. Anyhow, I can use it for timers. Definitely have to get a better way of filming, because I can hold the camera and hold two shepherds at the same time, and I'm pushed to school. I'm not filming. So anyhow, guys, my hands are tied. I just want to give you a little bit of a glimpse of where I'm at, and I'll show you exactly the inside of the actual park where I'm parked. Of the park where I'm parked. Okay, talk to you later, and thanks for watching a day in my life. Actually, a moment in my life. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Now this campground, I'm pretty sure does not facilitate the 45-footer, nor do I see any plugins. I do see a faucet, but I think it's one for like a common area. I think it's one and everybody shares to wash up and things like that. These are more for like boondocking, or if you want to bring your tent and stuff like that. But look at this, like, and then the sun. Oh, guys, I don't know. It's like I'm recovering from life. You know, when life gets too tough and you've gone through so much and you just need some time off to just recuperate. Yes, so that's what I'm doing now. Just need some time to rewind myself again and just be able to breathe. Have to one day make a video about my anxieties that I've suffered with. So this is also recovery from anxieties. You know, I sometimes think that people in general in life need to just take some time off and recuperate, especially when things get to be too much. It's as though life just piles and piles and piles and piles and piles, and us humans, we just take them, whatever comes our way, and take and take and take, and we very rarely actually dump anything. We keep taking and taking and taking, whether it's crap from your boss or awfulness from your partner or disrespect from your kids or anything, and we just keep taking and taking, and we never actually dump any of that stuff. I believe that everybody should take about a year off. In all honesty, just do whatever. I don't want to say any bad words because I would appreciate it if children watch my channel, but whatever people want to do, take a year off, you know? And if you have a family, it doesn't have to be that long, but at least take a good amount of time on your own and just to rejuvenate. Take a month off if you're a mom. Make plans for your kids to go to camp somewhere and take that time off just for you. Be away from your husband. It's really good to find yourself again. We get lost, whether as a mom or a dad or a grandparent taking care of their grandkids, or an aunt, an uncle, or an employee, an employer. We get lost in all the stuff and disrespect everywhere. So just take some time out for yourself. If you don't take time out and you keep piling on, you will not be able to give back to anyone or anything in your life. And that's what happened with me. I just kept taking and taking and taking and taking, and I'm a really kind individual, especially when it comes to my family. So I just kept taking from everyone, from my daughter, from my sister, who has been awful to me. She's been awful to me since as long as I can remember. My mother, it's a different story. She's one of the most negative people you'll ever meet, and she's also one of the people that has least ever supported me in anything. If I tell her I want to do something, she's like, well, are you sure you can do it? You know, it's very difficult, and oh, I don't know. Like, it's always, she'll never once say, well, I have a lot of faith in you. You're so capable. You're a smart individual. Oh, no. My mother saying that? No. And I think I've heard her say I love you like maybe 5 times in my whole life. Well, the only person that really believed in anything is my father. And that's my real father, not my stepdad. My stepdad is, I don't even want to discuss that because that's a pretty strange relationship. It's so screwed up. And I wouldn't even call it a relationship because it's just disgusting. But anyhow, the only person that ever believed in me was my father. He never put me down. He used to call me his doctor because he trusted me more than his own physicians. Whenever they had to say something, he would call me and say, okay, this is what the doctor said. What do you think? Just because I love to learn about medicine and the human body and herbs and vitamins and all that stuff. And I would give him my input, and many times he actually listened to what I had to say, especially in the last 20 years. And the last bit, he should have continued his treatment. But anyhow, yeah, so that's my little input for the day. And I also have had really bad anxieties. That's a different video. I will sit down somewhere with you guys and share all of that and how bad it became. Yeah, so just try to figure a way to just get away from everything and just find yourself again. Best way to do that, well, whatever works for you, but preferably solo. Tell Obi to sit down. Preferably solo, just because you don't want the influence of another person beside you. You don't want them to make decisions, even though they might be something as simple as where do we go to eat today. It's just you and the world, basically, just so you feel competent again. And yeah, I felt really incompetent for a long time, just because every decision was pretty much made by other people, so they always dictated stuff. But anyhow, we'll be studying. In one way or another, they always dictated, even though they might say they didn't. At the end of the day, it was always the outcome of their desire, not mine. So anyhow, guys, it's my little 2 cents of the day. Sorry if I bore you, but yeah, just sharing my thoughts with you. And I'm indulging in this beautiful campground. It is so rugged here, and it's really special. This is a really nice campground. I'm getting some hiking boots, and I'm excited. Oh, and I also ordered backpack, a hiking backpack. This is not a Herschel or anything like that. Hiking backpack. Not that I'm doing anything extensive. Okay, I'm not going to do trekking for days by myself in the forest, at least not yet. But I would like to go for a few hours, and I do want to have some things that are essentials, including some food, because you never know. I want to have some supplements in there and all that good stuff. Maybe some hydration packets if the day is too hot. But for beginning stages, since I'm a complete beginner in hiking, I do want to go to places where there are more people. So I'm most afraid of being lost, actually. But anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching a day in my life. A clip in my life, a moment in my life. And just love every second of your day. Talk to you later. Bye. Good morning, my beautifuls. I just wanted to actually tape record this for you. So, pardon the empty doggy bag. I'm sorry, I'm actually going to my storage today to drop off some stuff. I downsized my storage, so I have a pretty small storage at the moment, but there's still some things that I can shove in there. So I reduced my price at my storage by a quarter. I was paying close to $300 for my storage unit before, which was a huge one where you could probably fit like 2 cars. And then I started to realize, why am I paying for junk? Like, why am I paying for storing junk? Sorry guys, I'm talking to you and thinking at the same time, so can I go here? Anyhow, my point being, first of all, there was nobody here. Like, a few days ago, you guys, oh my god, what is going on? There was nobody here. Okay, nobody. Oh my, this is like, this just happened overnight. Oh my goodness, it's very, very, very busy. Wow. Unbelievable. Anyhow, as I was saying, I guess the weekends are really, really busy. I got some runners here. So yeah, guys, that's what it is. Oh my goodness. I wanted to show you a few tents up there, but I actually did not realize that it's even more full down here. This is quite something, because there was nobody here like a day ago. This is how these campgrounds work. There's nobody there. It's dead, and then it's like this. Completely fine. Welcome and welcome. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna go for a walk today. I'm going to take my babies out for a walk all around this campground. So yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to show you. I guess I'm rolling back now. Unless I can actually go straight. Of course I can. What am I going back for? Let's just go straight. And you guys can take a look what else is going on here. I'm so sorry for the shakiness. I'm getting something better that I can mount. So there you go, guys. Okay, these are all seasonals. This is what is kind of strange to me, because as a seasonal, okay, they have decks set up. And when I mean decks, I mean like the whole works. They have the wooden decks, some of them even have sunrooms. And I spoke to the girl at the front and she said that these tents, these decks come apart. And see this? She's only here from April until September, and then she's packing house and going home and storing it somewhere. Like, I find that so weird. I thought that they were here all year round. You know, these people have been here for years, but no, that's how it is. So they come here, they unpack, and then they just, oh, this is the guy that's making all that noise. And then they just leave. People don't look that nice. They look really mean. I don't know why. You're supposed to be enjoying and relaxing. People are getting grumpier and grumpier. Is it me or everybody seems angry? Anyhow, guys, so, and this is the lake all the way around. I'm still shocked that these people have set up just for like 5-6 months, and then they take all this. I have no idea where they store decks. They all must have houses, I guess, with some land. So the reason being that, that was a big hump. The reason being that you are not allowed to be here in the winter is because apparently it's a liability. They have a lot of wind. Sorry guys, I'm just thinking, is this a dog? Can dogs, there's like special areas where dogs can go. Haven't figured quite out where they might be. I would have actually just parked somewhere and let them go. Well, not lose, but let my babies just go. Is this a dog area there? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Anyhow, I'm going to go because I have a few errands to run and I want to come back so I can take my kids for a little swim. But in the meantime, I am taking them to another, the Thousand Trails little area where they normally run around. They will go and fetch ball there because I do have to speak to the manager. I might be in Chilliwack a bit further than I thought. I already actually had plans. I booked my reservation at the Thousand Trails RV Park in Washington. But I might have to change that. That was supposed to be for July. And from what it seems like, I might have to change it. So yeah, if I get into the truck program, I guess, I have some stuff I need to get done. And that's what would be holding me here in Chilliwack. Not that I don't like it. I think this place is gorgeous, but you know, the whole point is so I go to different places. I want to travel. I don't want to be in one place. So anyhow, but if I'm doing my trucking program, it's a 2-month program. It's completely fine. I can do that. I can complete that, and then I can have time to travel. And I will be a truck driver, meaning that I can get a job anywhere around the world. It's an international field, just like being a chef. Everybody needs to eat. Same as a truck driver, everybody needs to get stuff transported. And I think truck drivers are more sought after than pilots. Pilots, I think there's more competition. Okay, anyhow, guys, this is like, oh no, that's the wrong deck. No, that was the right one. I guess the guy made me feel uncomfortable, even though he wasn't looking. I didn't want to lure in his space. Yeah, and I'm so sorry for the noise that my vehicle is making. I did have it diagnosed at Jeep. They said it's just a little nut that it's loose and it keeps just banging against something else. And they said it's nothing at all. It's not a big deal. It's just the work to get to that nut is like a couple of hours. Otherwise, it's not anything difficult to accomplish. But it's at the point now where it's really it's kind of agitating me. You know, you're in these quite beautiful places, and then I hear this. Maybe it wouldn't be so much of a bother if I still lived in the city and I was doing mostly city driving. But I'm in these parks now, and it's, you know, don't want to hear it. So anyhow, guys, there's my beautiful, beautiful Gus, and I'm off now on the road. So I guess I have to let you go until I get my mount. And thanks for watching a moment in my life. Talk to you guys later. Mwah! Lots of kisses for me. Bye. Guys, take a look at this. Now this is from my campsite. I finally was able to find out where the doggy area is. It happens to be here. And it's gorgeous. We're right up close and personal to the water. He's walking another dog. Somebody who does not like. As usual, he doesn't like any other dog. Neither does Hachi. So I found this, and it's marvelous. This is way better than where I was going before because you can this whole space is for dogs. So I forgot to bring their leashes. I guess I'll have to do that tomorrow. And they're long leashes because I do not feel comfortable with letting them just, first of all, they cannot run free. Here, this is an off-leash dog area, but there's no way. And secondly, in the water without a leash, it's a bit apprehensive for me. I put the waist on, and yeah, so we go from there. I don't put the long leash on the prong, of course. I do not want to pull them out with the prong. So, yeah. Look at this, guys. Oh, if you were only here to see these mountains, like, and the waves. You can only imagine what these people hear at nighttime. Oh my goodness. These beautiful waves, so they probably come down here at night and watch this. Oh, gorgeous. Can't believe it. Can't believe this is even, can't believe I'm living this. It's unbelievable. More than I could have asked for. Anyhow, guys, I'm really thankful. Just thankful for everything in my life. Oh. I'm blessed. I guess God bless me. He does. He blesses me every day anyways. Like today, for example. I filled up some gas in my car and I was going to go and pay some bills, but then I thought to myself, because gas is so expensive, money's just flowing out and nothing's coming in yet. So I went to my U-Haul storage, the downsized one, this is a downsized version. And I, began to unpack my things. Just dumped them inside whatever I had in my motorhome that I did not appreciate sitting around. I wanted to put that in the storage, and eventually I'll clear out my storage. So anyhow, there was a gentleman there in a motorhome. And I just peeked around the corner and asked him, "Are you downsizing into a motorhome as well?" And he started talking to me and telling me his whole life story, basically. And then as I was putting my stuff in the storage, I was showing him a few things that I was trying to sell, and then he looked at my cell phone, an LG Stylo 2 cell phone that I had. And he asked me, he's looking to upgrade and to switch over to Android. I don't know why, because I'm an iOS still all the way, but he was getting tired of the whole iPhone scene for a few reasons. And I said to him, yeah, I'm selling this for, know, I had it up for like 150, but I can give it to you for 100. And then he said, oh, I would, you know, I would really like try this phone, and if it doesn't work out, then it's just $100. So he took his motorhome, went to the bank, came back, and offered me $80 instead. And I said, fine, just take it, no problem whatsoever. Such a nice guy anyways. So yeah, so I made $80 today without even trying. I didn't attempt for this to happen. I didn't, you know, expect it is the proper word. But it did. So $80 pretty much paid for my gas today that I spent, and some food. So actually that's exactly what it paid for. Gas that I put in my car, and a smoothie, and some food, yeah. Pretty happy about that. As I was saying, guys, I believe in God, and it seems like He blesses me every day, one way or another. Doesn't have to be monetary, but it's just this beautiful view, or you know, the delicious organic food that I put into my tummy, or these horses that are fighting at the moment. I don't know. Anyhow, that's all I wanted to share with you. There's somebody enjoying his boat out there. He has the music going and everything. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching a moment in my life. Talk to you later. Bye. Mwah. Big kiss for you all.
Take it easy. I'll figure something out. Right? Yeah, of course we will. Everything's gonna be okay.
Well, what should I do?
Have some breakfast on the house. You want to try to fix this thing?
I am here at Sunnyside RV Campground still, and why is Hatchet so far away? How did he even get there? They are tied up so they can explore. Yeah, so today is Sunday. It's raining, but that's okay. The forest is still so beautiful. Just wish there wasn't many cars. Just want to hear the rain, and that's about it. Oh, it's magnificent. It's really special. And now I'm putting my hood on. Can't believe it's raining though. I knew it was going to be raining, so to speak, but I was still hopeful that maybe that might be a mistake of some sort. And I was hoping for the best. So I left my Jeep top open, completely open, and of course, yeah, of course it started to rain, so weather forecast was correct. So I have a little something to share with you guys. So last night, right beside where I was parked, there arrived a gentleman in his 37-foot Magna, country coach Magna, with a tag axle. Not a 32-foot, sorry, a 37-foot. Yeah, and it has a tag axle. You don't normally hear of Class A motorhomes having a tag axle unless they're 40 feet and above, but this one's a very special model, and they're very sought after as well. So yeah, it's a beautiful unit, and I spoke with him today. He gave me the name of the person who does them, who sells them and things like that. So yeah, it was really nice to see one finally, because HR's been raving about it, saying, oh my god, they're the cutest things. Because it's so short and it has a tag axle, it's like the whole thing is just a bit of fiberglass and wheels. It was just quite something. Anyhow, so that was a treat from last night. He left early today. He's going back to Alaska and he's pulling a Jeep, sort of like my setup. Yeah, so that was nice to see. And there was some drama in the park. So when I arrived back from U-Haul, my next door neighbors happened to park their third vehicle. They had like a pickup truck, a smaller vehicle, and a van. Their third vehicle, which was the van, on my spot. And then when I arrived, I asked them politely, I'm like, oh, you're in my spot, you know, this is the area where I park. See, my fire pit is there too. So there's like 10 people on that campground, and one of them happens to take the keys to move the van, and the other one runs off to the office to tell them that I'm asking them to move their car from their parking spot. I was like, wow. So she moves her car. 10 minutes later, I get a phone call from Sunnyside Campground saying that I'm parked in the wrong place, and I said, I think you have the story backwards. They were parked in my spot and I asked them to move. And she said, oh, that's your spot. And I said, well, you guys put my picnic table and my fire pit there, so I'm assuming the whole thing is mine. I'm parked right behind my fire pit and my, you know, my camping table. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I said, yes, if you have it the other way around, they were parked in my spot, not me parking in their spot. I wouldn't even dare to do that. So yeah, and then one of the guys from the campground, from their trailer there, came over and just asked me where I purchased the vest for OB, and didn't really communicate with anybody else, but I found that very interesting. That and what I find crazy, guys, okay, let me know if I'm the only one, but I'm always floored how many people come out of one trailer. Like, okay, they come with their pickup truck. They bring these are not fifth wheelers, these are trailers, okay? And then there comes one person, and two, and three, and four. And before you know it, it's 7, and then 8, and 10. I'm like, okay, so 10 of you arrive, but where are you 10 going to sleep? So, and they do this for like the whole weekend. They're in their trailer for the whole weekend. Like, the ones next to me have 6 kids. There's like 4 adults. Yeah, so it must be very stinky in there. I'm not trying to be rude, but really, like, it's only natural. You've got the body odor. People are alive, so it must be really stinky. And let me just tell you that I don't even want to imagine what it's like to use their bathroom at nighttime. Okay, besides how many people come out, how much stuff these people are packing in that one trailer. Like, okay, so once again, they bring their 23-foot trailer, not a fifth wheeler, and outside of the trailer, when they're driving it outside, aside from having all these people, they have strollers, they have chairs that come out of there, they have barbecues, they have rocking chairs, they have all these little things for the kids. And I'm thinking, wow, that trailer must be like a circus in there from top to bottom, filled up with stuff, and then everybody parked everywhere. So just amazes me. So those are the 2 things that I have been observing lately, and I have been finding quite intriguing how much you can fit in these trailers and how much people are actually fitting. Meanwhile, here I am in my big bus and absolutely loving my small space. But for other people, that might be a huge space. Like, could probably fit a lot of people in mine. But I think that, like, I can invite family, of course. Well, it just depends. You know what? No, I'm selective, so it just depends on which family member. I was about to say invite family for 2 weeks, but that's it. Then they've got to kind of go, and then they can come back again. You know, give me a little bit of a breather. But actually, that depends who it is. If it was my Tatko, he would have lived with me in my motorhome, and I would have taken care of him indefinitely. So it just really depends which family member over welcomes their stay, because certain ones I do find annoying. So I would not really want them to be there for too long. But yeah, that's just the way it is. And I don't know if this is odd once again, guys, but I'm really enjoying being by myself. Like, please tell me there's something wrong with me, but I don't know. I'm loving the time right now on my own. I don't think I've ever really been on my own. Living on my own, I lived with my parents, and then I was pregnant and I had my daughter, and so she lived with me, and then I was working, so busy there too. And then of course I had boyfriends who, you know, a couple of them practically lived in my place. And of course I lived with Nadia's dad, and then I met HR and I lived with him. So having said that, I never really got a chance to fully be by myself. So I think it's just something that I need to do. No, Hachi. It's just be on my own. And this is the way I love it for the moment. Maybe in a couple of years I might want a partner, but for now, this is what makes me happy. Just enjoying my solitude a whole lot. And another thing, this is a really up close and personal video, I guess, in that respect. Another thing that I'm finding out about myself is that, you know, I get invited all the time to go and have drinks, or for drinks, or for just coffee with people, but it's not even unless I know the people, because that's how you get to know them, but unless I invite them, for some reason, I don't really accept the invitation. I don't know why. And I will invite somebody after I've gotten to know them a little bit better, just to know that my conversation with them is not it's going to benefit in some way, like I will learn something interesting from them, or, you know, not that they just babble or gossip. So I'm very careful with who I decide to spend time with, not being snotty in any way. I don't want to waste my time, and I do not like to gossip. I don't like being around negative people at all. So once I get to know the person a little bit more in the campground, and if I feel comfortable that, you know, we can have a good conversation, and I can learn something from them, and you know, leave the evening feeling great that I just had an awesome conversation with somebody. Otherwise, I just don't bother going. So that's how it works, and I'll eventually invite the person, but once again, it takes me a while until I get to have that feeling that it's, you know, it's going to be a good evening. So yeah, because there are many people, you know, that you actually don't know, and then you get invited over for, I don't drink, but for juice, let's say, or coffee, and then the whole conversation turns into something really weird, and you're thinking to yourself, what the hell am I doing here? And then you have to find a way to get yourself out of it, and that makes it even more awkward, you know, when you see them a few days later. Like, how do you leave? So the conversation can turn ugly, and it's fine to have different opinions, but if the person's really negative, or if they're racist, or if they're sexist, or if, I don't know, you know, yeah. So I prefer not to be in those situations. I just want to surround myself with positive people, you know, happy people, people that I can learn things from, just kind people. I don't want to be around grumpy people, and you don't know how people are until you actually sit down and have a conversation about a topic, or two or three that maybe they have their own, you know, opinion on. It's fine, but unless it's something completely against my belief, then yeah. So that's that, guys. And you know, now that I've been talking to you guys about this, it actually does not sound weird. I'm sure a lot of you are the same way too. You don't just accept an invite, you know, because you just don't know how it will turn out. Like, I've gotten to know my next door neighbors at Cottis Lake very well, and I would be happy to share like a drink with them, juice or a smoothie or something like that. They're wonderful. Yeah, there's a few people that I've gotten to know very well in the park. I'd be happy to share a dinner with them, but that's after conversing with these people for a month there, right? So it takes me a while. Otherwise, I just keep to myself, myself and my 4 kids, and yeah, it just makes me really happy. I'm happy on my own. There you go, guys. I have set my input for the day. Actually, my input probably for the next few hours. But, yeah. So most of the people have left here today. Obi, that's what he gets. Because it's Sunday, so I think there's been at least 50 units, 50 mostly trailers that have left the premises. Oh, nature calls. And yeah, I like it. When it's too busy, I'm not really a fan. It just gets to be too cluttered. Sorry guys, holding the phone with one hand, it's not the most comfortable. Yep, I do pick up the bowel movement in the park. I don't know, it's courtesy. Imagine if people are walking and they trust that there's no doo-doo on the ground and they step in it, and I know what it feels like. So I pick it all up. Probably stay home. I'm not going to go anywhere today. It's raining. Get some stuff done. Tomorrow I have to start packing because I'm moving again. So back to Cottis Lake for another 21 days. So yeah, maybe I'll read today. Do something. Study a bit. Work on my blog. Yeah, they've taken a liking for this branch. Yeah, there's a lot that nature offers, I guess. I guess I will talk to you later, and I hope you're doing something that you love. Go out and enjoy some greenery if you have some close by to where you live, or go on the beach, go to a park, mountains, just anything that this earth is made naturally from. You know, that's what us humans thrive best in nature, because we're just like any other mammal, right? The fact that we have coupled ourselves up in apartments or houses, just little walls, is, you know, it's just our shelter. That's it. We're not supposed to spend the majority of our time in it. We're supposed to be outside. So it feels so beautiful being outside. Outside with a fur ball, it's even better. Okay guys, now I'm just babbling about nothing, so I'll let you go. And going to continue drinking my green tea. And that's it. Talk to you guys later. Dobryczko, птичка. Dobryczko. Птичка. Keine mehr mit Dupliczkaj. Dupliczko. Dupliczko.